The Impact on the American Government After Marbury vs. Madison. Well, by Aaron Burkert, obviously. So I picked this picture because it shows the balanced powers of the case at the Supreme Court of Law of Madison vs. Marbury. Some of the case facts. During John Adams' presidency, he appointed William Marbury to be Justice of the Peace in District of Columbia. But John Adams' presidency was coming to end, and a new president was coming. And usually when a new president takes over, a lot of people before in the government will be replaced by his own staff pickings. So, Thomas Jefferson told James Madison never to give the commission, never to deliver it. So, hence, Marbury would not become Justice of the Peace in the District of Columbia without it being delivered. So, Marbury, being mad and felt that this was unconstitutional, put a petition into the Supreme Court. This picture shows the three branches of the government. The legislative, which makes the laws, includes Senate and House of Representatives. The executive branch includes President, Vice President, and his cabinet. They carry out the laws. The judicial evaluates the laws. They include Supreme Court and other federal courts. Hence, the judicial's main part is to review the laws and see if they're constitutional or not. The judicial court can reverse a standing of any law that anytime. There's no time period for laws to be reversed, which makes them one of a kind in the branches. Now, how was the government different before the case? Well, before the case, the Supreme Court was just finding their legs, so to say. They did not know the power they could have and the power that they could have over the other branches to keep them in check. So the judicial government was kind of stepped lower at that point than the president's, the executive, the legislative branch, because they did not know what was constitutional for them and the power they could emit. How did the case back in 1803 impact our lives today? Well, even though the case was over 200 years ago and the beginning of the young American government, the case helped the Supreme Court obtain a final stay in legislation over Congress. So, any law that was made by Congress or the president, they had the final say if it was constitutional or not. Just like stated before, they could come back and say if it was constitutional or not. The case also made the Supreme Court an equal power to both the branches. So instead of maybe having the legislative Congress, executive presidency have a little more power over the Supreme Court, they made it so that all the branches were check and balance and all had equal power. They all had the right to question each other. What would I personally change in 2017 from 1803 ruling? Well, first of all, the court ruled in favor of Marbury that it was unconstitutional what James Madison did, and that Thomas Jefferson wanted him to do that. Chief Justice John Marshall stated that he saw that it was unconstitutional, but he did not know the powers the court had. So, stating, the court said they could not force John Madison to deliver the commission that would appoint Marbury the Peace of Justice. So I think I would change that and make it so the Supreme Court knew they had justice to implement that power. I also believe that the Supreme Court should have the power over any government employee for constitutional law. It is a job that is for millions of people and what is best for them. So they should be in check and have people checking what they say and what laws that are placed and see if they're constitutional or not. This picture basically shows for me the three-headed monster. Left to right, the first one is Chief Justice John Marshall. I guess it kind of looks like Andrew Jackson. The third is James Madison, the person who followed Thomas Jefferson's order, even though he probably knew it was not right and unconstitutional, but still fought and sort of won because he was not forced to do it. The last being the winner, the loser also, William Marbury. His case was heard by Supreme Court, but ruled they could not do anything about it. But by him losing his winning case, it showed the government and the Supreme Court how much power they could have and how they could use it. Okay, thank you.